There was something Pastor Amy said in one listen I was watching. He said, see lots that they told him don't turn back. If not, they told him not to look back at Sodom and Gomorrah. And when his wife turned back, she turned into a pillar of salt. Abraham was looking at it when it was burning. Nothing happened to him.
Do you know why nothing happened to him? Abraham was looking at it. Abraham did not think anything was missing from his life as he was looking at it. He was looking at it with longing.
Do you know?
There's a looking along the same.
Yeah, do you know? Yes, it's true.
That they are not looking at disobedience.
Yes.
He's looking to see was my brother saved. You're getting that's why it seems like two people are doing the same thing, but another person feels like God is wicked to one God is favoring one. But it's God that knows the situation. That one is not looking like, oh, if only I can be in Sodom and Gomorrah. He is saying, what of my brother? He's not even thinking about, oh, Abraham. He not even reasoning Abraham.
He did not. And he knew, I'm sure he knew that it was because of Abraham.
He knew exactly
He
knew exactly where Abraham was. Even when he was scared, did he go to
He did not go. So I wonder.
Did he even have men?
Did
he even have men that was fighting? They were fighting with Abraham. No, he did not have men again that will even fight with Abraham. He would have gone back to Abraham.
Yes, and just begged, but I don't think
he didn't
really
need
liked
to beg.
Abraham.
He didn't need to beg Abraham.
It's true. But like, I don't know. Because of the quarreling, now maybe he would have just said, I'm sorry for what happened in the past.
Even if he did apologize to Abraham, I don't think Abraham was looking for an apology.
No, he wasn't.
One day,
because Abraham even saved him already.
Yes, Abraham already saved him. So Abraham did not need an apology from him. Abraham did not think they were estranged. It's only
him that thought they were estranged.
If not, he could have even gone to visit.
At all. I never saw that.
Instead, he was delusional. Maybe he said, they are all chasing me. I'm sure maybe he said, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. They're against
Abraham was just living his best life.
So he was saying that, he was saying that the reason is because that whole place, God had already given it to Abraham. It belonged to him. So Abraham was not even, that's why Abraham could tell him, like, he was secure. Abraham was secure. Abraham told him, anywhere you want, just choose. Because God already told him when he came there that this place that you're in, I will give it to you as your inheritance. God had already made that covenant with him. And did you notice that after Lot left, that they even said it, as after Lot left, God told him, look to the north, look to the south, look to the east, to the west.
Lot said had to leave.
Look, he told him, look there, and all this place you are seeing. And I'm sure Sodom and Gomorrah was in his eyesight, he could see it.
Yeah.
So God was telling him, even that place that your brother is staying in, it belongs to you. Even that place that he seemingly thought that he has chosen.
What happened until Lot left that God told him?
No, God had already been telling him since that place is for him. That place is for him. But after he left, I just feel that God was just reassuring him.
Okay.
He said, look to the north, look to the east, look to the west. He had never used that example for him to tell him that I will give you this land. But he told him that see everywhere that you see, everywhere your eyes can see, it belongs to you. Just to tell him, because him and what's his name? Lot went to go and choose the place that was green. They said it even looked so much like like the garden of the Lord. That's how they described it. And he chose that place. And I'm sure where Abraham was just okay.
That's the thing, no.
But see the way God just to reassure him and tell him, don't worry, just calm down. Everything is for you.
Ordinary eye to look at things. To him, that was good. But everything he had, he lost everything there.
Yes.
Everything.
He didn't come out with anything.
He lost everything there. But he didn't even lose it once. Even after they came and captured him the first time, he still went back to the Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes. And Sodom and Gomorrah has always been, they were always wicked.
He still went back, so he could have relocated, or he could have gone somewhere else. But he still went back to that place. Maybe he felt ashamed, like he had already, when they told him to choose, he had already chosen his path, so he had to live with it.
But the thing is, even if you choose that place, Abraham was moving. Abraham was moving.
Yes, Abraham was.
Why didn't he just totally move away from that place? You see that those people are people of iniquity, they are very wicked. Why didn't you just leave there? I'm sure there were other places apart from Canaan.
But he looked,
there were other
same
places.
Place that the people were wicked. The wife looks there longingly. They almost raped her daughters that night.
And she looked at it longingly. What exactly are you looking for?
But I think but a lot of times when people stay in an environment and that environment is not ideal, even when it's time for them to go, even when something happens and they are no longer there, instead of them to say, oh, thank God I'm free, they now still look at that environment and they miss it. It's like the Israelites, the way they were missing Egypt. They say we used to eat meat till we are full. And I'm like, these are the people that they were not even giving things to straw to make brick. These are people that they told they should go and look for straw and they should still make the same amount of brick. They were not even giving them the raw materials to use and make what they were supposed to use to build. Yet, these were people that said they will sit and they will eat till they're full. And I'm like, okay, is this the same place that they are describing? Are they still describing what we read, or they are describing something else? When people stay in a situation that is bad, it messes with their mind. So you see that thing that she was looking at it longingly, she was already used to dysfunction. It's just the same way Debbie told me that time that if you imagine looking at a madman and saying, all the years we spent together, all the times that we were in love, when we ate corn half naked on the road, sleeping inside gutter. That's the only way somebody can look at that thing and look after it to see if the person is mad. So she says, are you mad?
And you are not mad.
And you know that thing, that single thing that she said, it was like a scale. It was like this cutting, you know my cutting is, everything just fell.
You have torn the veil.
So you see,
you
see this thing about people being in things when that is not normal. People just get used to what is not normal.
And they know it's bad. But
yes, but they're already used to it.
So it's too bad, so
sad. They're already used to it. Because they cannot just try to rape her children, then she looks at it longingly. Meaning they will rape her children. As in, and they would have raped them to death too. Those people.
Definitely.
It's the whole men of the city.
The whole men, so every single one.
They would have been alive.
And you know, you were even saying that his son-in-law was part of them.
Yes.
Because then every single man of that city, his son-in-law was part of every single man. They wanted to marry their children to rapists. Abraham went to another place to betroth his son to another woman. They brought the woman from another city to Canaan. Why did he go to another place? Why didn't he go to his father's land, Haran? The name of the place. Why didn't he go there and find husbands for his children? But he was comfortable. He was comfortable in that situation that he said, even my children. He knew that those people that he was giving his children to will rape. If they have sons, they will rape their sons. He knew, and he was still forbid.
What I even said, their wickedness. He wanted to come down and see for himself.
But it's good, not funny. They're all seeing God. I think God just like moving, like because He is God. Like He's God, though. He's seeing it. He's hearing their cry. But He just said, "I'm gonna see for myself." He said He wants to go, and I noticed. Abraham said, "Oh, I know I am dust, but God, if it's 45." Now say, "Oh, since I've already had this boldness to ask you, let me ask you this other one. If it's 30, he kept asking, and God kept answering. God did not even act like He was exasperated or as if He was tired of asking questions. That's what I'm saying. He was enjoying it. For Him to, it just like, because just imagine me asking you normally, as a human being, you say just go straight to the point. I already know what you want to say. Why don't you just go straight to the point? He really did not want him to go straight to the point. He liked that banter. He liked the communication. He did not want straight to the point. So as he started from 50, he reached 10. So just imagine, God already knew, but He never said what the matter was. He just wanted God to save Lot. But He didn't even get to that part. He just said, He didn't even mention Lot at the end of the day. God, when God was
not up to 5.
Yes.
And
they weren't.
So why did He just say therefore?
I don't even think Lot himself was righteous. And those his children and his wife.
Oh, I get.
Because even see when they told him go to the mountain, they were disobedient. They were not saved because they were righteous. They were saved because Abraham was a friend of God, and Abraham had already pleaded on their behalf.
It's true.
I don't even think they were righteous. But the beauty of it was that to have a God that is so interested, like he was so interested in the conversation, no matter how stupid the question felt. He did not even care that he was being repetitive, or he wasn't going straight to the point, or he was going through the corners. He didn't even mind. He was just enjoying communicating with Abraham. He said, "Shall I do this and not tell my friend?" He would have just gone but he just wanted to gist. And when Abraham was, when he just welcomed, when he saw them, Abraham must have been very, I don't know. That's what I was saying, that lots, because of, I'm sure that the reason why he recognized those men as angels was because he stayed for a while with Abraham. And that proximity must have opened his eyes to be able to sense when who you're looking at are not just mere men. Like he was able, at least he got something that from Abraham, staying with Abraham. But see the way, I'm telling you, he didn't get that part. But see the way Abraham just went and just prostrated. How do you know that they are angels? They did not announce themselves. He just went like that and just prostrated and said, "Oh my Lord," went and cooked for them, went did this thing for them. The last thing he waited on them. And do you know what came to my mind?
He did most of the things by himself.
Do you know what came to my mind? You know that I said, "They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, they shall not be as eagles." If he did not wait, would that conversation even have started? Like if you had just, first of all, if you had not welcomed them and given their food, they even wrote it that he waited while they were eating. He was just waiting on them.
So it's that God likes to take his sweet time. He doesn't want to be rushed.
No, I feel God likes, I think that's the basis of prayer. That communion, that fellowship. That he does not even care whether he knows that, there was something I saw. I don't know what's the name of the man, David, this Wolfbeck conference they've been doing. He was like, he has children that he created trust an account for all their schooling from now till when they're done with whatever school they want to go to. And so one day, by the time he woke up, they had already gone to school, their university, they had already gone to university. And then he was like he was, then he went to pray. After he prayed, God was not like, see this thing that's happening, he should correct it. That even though everything is provided for them and they don't even need to ask you before you give them. Because normally, if you need to ask your parents, mommy please, like if maybe your parents is the one, if they are withholding it, or how would I put it? If normally they come and they're asking, mommy I need this before you give them, and they'll be coming to be asking you, asking you. But this one they already provided and it's his wife that handles it. So most times they already have what they need. So God told him that he should correct it, that the essence of them coming to, at least they would have come to tell him, I'm going, or to come to tell him thank you. Like, just appreciate him and just talk to him before even leaving the house.
Oh, I didn't even understand that was where we were going to. He woke up and all the children went the same day.
Like to university.
All the children went at once.
I don't know how many he has, maybe it's just 2, and they went to university. Like that morning, by the time he woke up, they had gone. Nobody told him.
I thought, you said I woke up and my children are trained.
No, like literally. He woke up that morning. And so God was telling him that the reason why they're coming to tell you thank you, or they're coming to tell you I'm going to school now, it's not because you will not give them if they say thank you or not, or it affects anything. It's just that bond, that communication.
Okay, so God was saying to correct what? To tell them that they should do it.
Next time they should just come and talk to him before he leaves. And then he was explaining.
When they resume university for the first time, or like they've been in
he didn't tell us the story behind it.
Okay.
Or he was just trying to use it as an analogy.
Okay.
To explain how that is why God usually says, if you want something, ask. It's not that he does not know.
He has not already given you.
It's not as if he has not already provided it, or he doesn't know what you need. It's just so that there is a communication between you and God. So my point, how I even came here is, Abraham, it's not that God likes wasting time, it's that he just enjoyed talking. God enjoys talking. Okay. He enjoyed talking to Abraham, and Abraham indulged him. Okay. So it was easy for him to stay and just, because it was Abraham that brought up the topic. When he told him, I'm going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, but it was Abraham that prolonged the conversation. It wasn't God that prolonged.
You could have just said, other people just say, yes, Lord.
Yes.
You could have just said, yes,
Lord. Or he would have just
gone
gone straight to the point and said, God save Lot. Do you get? But he prolonged the conversation. And I think that's what God even likes. And notice that it wasn't God that prolonged it was Abraham that prolonged it. After Abraham stopped talking, they said, and the Lord went back to where he was. So, like, basically, what I'm not trying to say is,
maybe you could have started talking about all the grasses
are so green, and God would have stayed and listened to every single thing that he had to say. I'm telling you.
He could have. Yes. I get your point.
You do get now, you understand what I'm saying.
When he was tired of talking, that's when he got, and he said he was done. He was exhausted himself.
Then God left. God just likes that community. Because when you kept asking, even myself, I was like, guy, can't you just go straight to the point?
That's true. Then when you're annoyed, but the person is talking to
yes, the person that you're talking to enjoyed it.
It's true.
The person that you're talking to was, even though I'm sure he was even hoping that you might even bring up more topics, so let me even stay here.
It's true. I guess.
And just talk with this my guy.
It's good. It's nice to know.
So
and truly, God do like, as in not that you're saying it. Even Adam and Eve, there was a time they came to gist with them.
Yes, in the cool of the afternoon.
After the evening. Even sometimes there was almost so.
No, the version I read, they said afternoon. I see here, they say cool of afternoon. No, sometimes I see cool of evening.
Okay.
But
I need to go and read Adam and Eve again. I don't know what called them. I started from Abraham. Like, no, Abraham, like, he was very fast. Whenever God told him something to do, he did not try to think it. He did not try to tell somebody else that would convince him not to do it.
Yes.
He did not even, like, he just went straight ahead and he did it. He did not wait and think it too much. He just did as if like somebody, like he did not have a mind of his own when it came to anything that God asked him to do. So at that point, he did not have a mind of his own. All he had was the mind of what God wants to do at that point.
And he did
it. Like the obedience, for somebody to be that obedient, it's
and fast.
It shows that he trusted God.
Yes.
He must have trusted God so much to have obeyed. To even trust God that even when you're saying, oh, God will provide, as he said, where is the ram? He said, what are we sacrificing? He said, God will provide. God will provide. It's not that when he raised up his hand, if he wouldn't have killed his son, angel would have not told him, stop. If he thought that it was a joke and that it was a bluff, angel would have not told him, don't kill him.
Because
it's that he thought it was a bluff. Nobody would have stopped him. He would have been doing like this. Uncle, I don't they go. I don't they go.
I'm closer. Because God saw it that he, truly in his heart, he would have done that.
He had total trust. Like he said, if God is telling me to do this thing, it means that God has something in mind. Like he just, the way he saw God was that God cannot do me something that is bad. Yes. Even when it was looking like God is telling you to sacrifice your son, like he did not say, this God is wicked. Like there was no this thing where it was like, God, out of everything, like he did not bite his finger and say, he was just sure that God loved him. He was just sure. Because for somebody to go to that extent, is this kind of blind love that you love and trust somebody. Not just love, you now trust the person on top and you're like, anything this person does, even if the person is choking somebody, the person must have a reason.
Yes.
That kind of, there must be a reason. It was just nice. It was really nice. And God will just, to be really nice for God to help my heart to be like that.
To be like that, seriously.
It was nice because it saves a lot of stress. A lot of things that we plan by ourselves, how easier would it be to just go with what God is saying? It will save a lot of, all the people that disobeyed God, they live to regret it.
Or did they even live? They were even in their right mind to even regret.
All the people that disobeyed God, we saw the consequence. We now saw why God even wanted to do what he wanted to do in the first place. Even when God made exception for people, we still saw that it would have been better if he had not even made this exception because of their sake. It's just the way Lot was spared. It would have been better if Lot died in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Because the Moabites.
The Moabites and those people, maybe they still fought the Israelites. They were not pals with the Israelites, so they were not allies. They were always at war with the Israelites, those people. They were among the people they fought. So it wasn't like they had a good relationship with them.
Last Abraham said removed his hand.
No, definitely. Yes, he removed his hand.
Because
yes, he removed his hand. But at the end of the day, you will now see why there's some things that when God says, just do this thing, just let it go. Just let it go. Even the source, even source owner, they say, kill the king, kill everybody. But no, he spared the king, he spared the ram. Even after they told him, but God told you not to do this thing. He did not say, oh, you see people that don't fear God, they just fear them. People that don't have fear of God, they glory in their foolishness. God had already told him, I told you not to. This person came and said, God told you not to spare these people. It's very easy. You would have just carried a knife and say, God, I'm sorry, I've killed them. I've killed him. Do you understand? I've killed. Is that but he did shake, but that's not even the only one. He now went ahead again. They say he was supposed to wait for Samuel to come. He didn't wait. He did the sacrifice. You see people that don't fear God, he did the sacrifice by himself. He was still not satisfied. Samuel died. He went and met a witch to raise Samuel up from the dead. Person don't die. You don't torment him. He don't die. You still to raise him up from the dead to ask him a question.
You see this thing, Satan, the way he does, one of his devices, he will try and make people feel that their wisdom is better than the wisdom of God. He will try to make them self-sufficient. Like this thing, I feel run.
Even when
I feel to run now.
See,
everything that I feel run this thing now.
Everything that
God, what are you saying?
Okay, what's the difference? See what Saul did. Saul killed everything that happened. He could have just said he was sorry. But he never apologized. As I'm just giving an example of people that their heart is strong. Even to apologize, he didn't apologize. Even the Nebuchadnezzar that went and ate grass, when he finished, he came back and said, when he realized himself, he acknowledged God. So how is it that somebody that was not a Christian could get to that point and acknowledge God? There's somebody that was the king of the Israelites.
Yeah. This is sometimes so see finish. Now see finish. They forget that God is God. God Almighty. God Almighty tells you, say, do this thing. God Almighty tells you, do this thing. You say, I'm gonna see for myself. I'm gonna do it the way I wanna do it.
No, but even after doing it, God now says, this thing you did is wrong. You've already done what is wrong. Maybe you've offended somebody. All what you say is, I am sorry for offending you. How can I make it right? Or you already know what they told you to do in the first place. Instead of even talking much, go and do it. They say, apologies. Why you do what it sent you to do in the first place. But well,
Satan has blinded the eyes of people.
But Abraham,
the guy was, he know they talk, he just they do.
He was the father of faith.
Yes.
It's not.
JB,
It's not. It was not. They were not mounting him.
That happened with Jacob. Jacob that said, I'll give 10%.
Did he?
Did he? No, I did not see any way that he gave.
Never. Jacob
never give 10%. But Abraham that didn't say anything. Abraham gave 10% without saying that he would do it.
Jacob did not realize.
He just did it.
Jacob did not know he was.
Look, even enter there.
He did not even know who he was. He did not know what. He didn't know what he carried.
You know, previous time from when God told Abraham to leave his father's house and guess I shall make you father, your descendants will not be able to count them. He's promising him stuff. Then now I was telling you that he probably did not tell Sarah all these things. And then Sarah suggested Hagar. By the time he had his son Ishmael, in the next chapter, the next time God was appearing to him, he appeared and told him that, say you have a child from your loins. And Sarah, this time, in all the previous times, he was not saying Sarah will.
Yes.
In all the previous times, God was just telling him.
But that time he had only one wife.
Yes.
That time they had not thought of blessing Hagar.
You see,
so when he was saying it, he thought that Abraham would know that this promise I'm promising you is for this your wife.
Do you know also what I noticed? Before he said that promise about Sarah will give birth to Isaac, she will have a child, he now asked, where is Sarah? I think he wanted to make sure that Sarah is hearing that thing.
Before she would bring another.
No, not even before, so that she too, she will know that the promise. So that she will know about the promise. So that she will know about the promise. So that she will know that the promise involves her. Okay. So he first asked, where is your wife Sarah? Now, those were the 3 men that were there. He now told them that she's in the tent. I'm sure they must have known that she was eavesdropping.
Yes.
He now said Sarah would have a child.
Then she laughed.
When she laughed.
Then she said she laughed like she laughed.
Yes, you will have a child.
They just said, but you did.
But you
that was
it. I said, no, I did not.
She said, no, I did not. The way he said,
no, but you did.
That was it.
That was how it ended.
Yeah, that's how it ended.
And it's to see how knowing that there is a promise on your life matters.
Yes.
Hearing it matters.
It matters. Not that somebody told you.
Not that somebody told you.
Like hearing firsthand.
For yourself.
By yourself.
Because it was that the next year she gave birth to Isaac.
Yes.
All the previous times when God was promising Abraham, Sarah was not present. And when he was promising him all those stuff, he just thought about you. This is what you will do. You have the descendants. Even when he said Eliezer will take over from me, he now said, no, you will have a child from your loins.
Abraham lied and said Sarah was his half sister, and then Abimelech married her. God told him that you see that woman that's with you, she has a husband. I would have killed you since, but because I wanted to spare you, I made sure that you did not touch her. So imagine all the times that he was like, this woman, this fine woman.
I'm telling you, just today.
Like even with any hand, the things
I'll hit you with the back stroke. Hey. Alright, you gonna see my mind say, if I meet you in that room, you become a Habibi. He must have been thinking how you would do things to Sarah.
Maybe he'll prepare. You see, I'm coming tonight.
As in,
he was supposed to tell her to prepare herself.
He won't tell the maids, go and prepare her.
No, when he tells her come tonight, she should call her. She'll tell her. Send a message to Sarah. Tonight is the night.
Sarah was like 90 years old.
No, Sarah fine.
Sarah was 90. Even when she went to Egypt, the princess of Pharaoh had to tell Pharaoh, see this beauty. He married her. Sarah, this one too, Abimelech. King is what now king way. She doesn't. It's not common men she attracts. Kings.
She will not prepare herself. After preparing herself.
Hot at 90.
After preparing herself. After preparing herself, he won't show up. Do you know what this? Do you know what just occurred to me? Yes. A lot of times, I know this happens to a lot of ladies. There are a lot of guys that will hype ladies up. and be like, maybe you've been talking, you feel you're vibing, and they're like, we'll see, I'm coming so time, we'll see so time, we'll do this so time, and then time reach, the person does not show up. Explanation safe, you don't have, because the person is coughing blood somewhere. I'm just giving. Who knows the things that God used to prevent him?
Yeah.
Because it must have been huge things. Because men, even if they are incapacitated, one hand is broken, they fit use one hand, this other hand to run.
I know that.
And somehow, maybe you plan to see somebody, every time it's going well, and some person does not just show up. The person just goes to you.
Someone even breaks up, say.
No, the person just even goes to you. Like there's no explanation. Me, from this same story, I see it as a miracle. God is saving both him and you.
Yes.
From a lot. So it's better that let that person just from there, that trouble that met the person, let them go with the trouble. No, truly, there's some things that is, it may look like, oh, I'm so hot, but it's divine intervention. Sarah must have been a human being. I don't know, as in that she'll be like, what kind of king is this? If you know you don't mind me, give me back to my half brother. No, you cannot just.
Abraham, the admin, I say, she's my half sister.
Just keep me here. You don't know how long.
Strong end.
You don't know how long that she must have stayed in that place. She must have stayed there maybe for a year, because maybe Esther, they like prepared her for how many months? Like 18 months.
No, I think it was months actually.
18 months is how many years?
No, because pregnancy takes 9 months. After the angels went to meet him, it was one. They told him 1 year later. Abraham was 99 when the angels came, and they said that when Isaac came when he was 100. So everything that must have happened, let's just say maybe for 3 months or 4 months she was with him, and she had to go back to her husband. She collected belly 9 months later. She gave birth to her baby.
If she was only with him for up to 3 months, no, that means okay. Maybe it wasn't that long. That's true. But anywho, so a lot of times, as in, that was God's divine intervention, because God didn't want to kill somebody.
I'm telling you, God did not want to.
God did not want to kill somebody, and God did not want to taint the marriage of Sarah before she would give birth to Abimelech.
Hey.
God have made promise.
A different story we're going to hear today. Hey.
She would now have a son for Abimelech named Isco.
Ishmael, baby.
Ishmael was Isaac. All of them is Isaac.
God.
But that was it. As in, it was just, she tried, as in, to take one for the road for the family.
I'm telling you,
like,
she really did a lot for Abraham. Even in Egypt, so the same thing, she did it for him.
She loved him as a husband and brother.
Truly.
And Abraham even had in mind. He said, why will you do such a wicked thing? Have I offended you? Why will you tell me she's your sister? Abraham said, she's my half sister.
Abraham stood by what he said.
She not said, this half brother, this brother.
This is the brother of yours. I'm giving him silver 100. How many pieces of silver? I'm giving you a piece of silver.
But
to vindicate
it's
you.
Nice, as in, God knew that Abraham's heart was in the right place most of the time. So even when he was doing what only him understood, God still backed him up.
Yes. You know how you mentioned that even with the mistake of lying that he made.
God still
that God, not that he even backed him up, that he gave him this thing.
God gave him extra.
He came out of that situation.
Rich, like
rich. He was already rich. Richer.
Person make mistake. God even told him, meet him to pray for you.
I'm telling you, he's the prophet.
Let him pray for you. So he must have had to humble himself, and he was very excited. She's my sister. Maybe he was also doing this. In my country, you can't stand for people. Your knees have to drop to
you can't be taller than the person that made for you. Will you go down on your knees? If you want to die, you can go.
No, if you want to die, it's not even that means. Abraham, you can stand though if it doesn't mean much.
God.
But I don't think he was sarcastic either.
The verse was just a straight to the point person.
Oh no, he tried. It was nice. I liked Abraham a lot. I liked the story.
His mentality was, he was already rich coming out of his father's house.
Okay, so I don't even know what he had in his father's house.
He said he came out with everything that he possessed, everything his battles. But the mentality, he thought like a king. Like he acted as a king.
Do you think he could act like a king? It's because he knew who was sending him message. He trusted who was sending him message. Jacob grew up in wealth, yet he left like a pauper. So we know that it's not really about what they have or who they came out with. How Jacob, where he took his own mentality from.
I have no idea. Only him understands.
Only he knows.
Do you know another thing that just occurred to me? You know that Papa used to say, he used to say that people that used to look for kings and the people that kings used to look for. You know, it's got to a point that Abimelech, that's him Abimelech, has to come and meet Abraham. And said, please, we know what we have seen now. You are a prince of God. Hey God, that he should please make a pact with them that he would not harm them. And Abraham did never have anything in mind,
No.
but they were afraid
Because they know
because
what
of
they
the
do.
money.
They know what they do.
If they had that type of money.
They know.
Ah,
They know. That's
this
what's
God,
scaring them.
this God that
That's
we
what's
serve.
scaring them. But me, what I
Mindful.
like in the Bible, people that obeyed God were not poor. You can see the way God took care of people. Most people, wherever they were coming out from, they did not come out empty. They usually used to come out when they are coming out. They come out with wealth.
Yes.
As in, God always compensates.
Yes.
As in, He doesn't let people go away empty.
Very
It
true.
doesn't happen. Who came out empty in the Bible? The person that went empty was a prodigal son back to his father.
Yes.
That's the only person.
But he left the house not empty. He wasn't empty. He was full.
I know. I'm saying when he went back, like
Yeah.
he was the only person that went back. And even as he went back, they threw a party. Like he didn't just mess up.
That story, there is so much question. I still have questions about that story of the prodigal son. But we'll tackle it in that episode.
No. Shout out to Abraham. And to
Okay.
everybody watching this.
Shout out.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Like, share, and subscribe. And if there's a Bible character you'd like us to read on and discuss, just write it in the comment section. We'll be willing to
We'll discuss
do
on
that. Thanks for listening. It's been
Okay.
fun gisting about it though. We can gist about this for like a long time.
Hey, if we start doing all
Starts,
the nitty gritties.
We can gist about it for a long time, but let's stop here.
Okay, now. We'll see ya. You know what to do.